Hello, just a little bit of disclaimer before we get going. Apparently, we had a rough week here trying to record podcast. Mage and I recorded a little later than normal, so it's a little late going up. As I'm editing, I realized that OBS had an update and none of my vocals were recorded during the session. I'm still going to go ahead and upload it, but it's just pretty much an hour of Mage responding to me and talking to me, but you can't hear me at all. So, I'm going to go through and try to edit out as much of the response lag as I can, so it's just an hour of Mage talking. So, enjoy.
I am doing pretty good. Pretty good. Me and Conan are in the middle of our Discord date. Yep. We know where your priorities lie. I am an attractive man, Conan. I can't blame you. We're just doing the phone today because of all the weather and everything. So I'm just holding the phone up to my face. Yeah. Right. We're gonna have to edit this. This is what makes our podcast different from other stuff. We leave our mistakes in. There is no edits. We're doing this live. Yep. The minimum effort podcast. Yep. Yeah, our roads have been super icy. Like yesterday it was okay. Well, yesterday and Friday they were better because we didn't have all the ice and everything, and so the trucks were able to like clear it all out. But it was still like 5 degrees with like a negative 7-degree wind chill, which is just insane. Like I don't remember it being this cold, at least in a long, long time. I think there was that one ice storm back in like 2008, but like, well, I mean, at least we'll not have a really buggy summer. Like, at least the bugs will die. Well, yeah, I mean, I know today and tomorrow is supposed to be like constant. And oh well, and this week, like the it's supposed to be even colder. It's supposed to be like almost zero, and in the negatives. I saw at least on my weather app. That's what it said, which is just that's just crazy to me because I don't even remember like I look at this. I'm like, we never get this weather. We are not prepared for this weather. That's well, that's good. At least you have some other people to help you out with that. It makes the oh, you go ahead. Yeah, instead of it being a 3-hour job, it's like an hour job because you have more people. Heck yeah, kids are expensive. Well, just like when you have like so many, when you have like what you said 10, they have 10 kids. You'd think at one point they would think that contraceptives would be an investment, right? we'll just we'll have our own little farm family, and let them work out the fields. Yeah, yeah. At some point, it's kind of like a. I think they see that they get more welfare, but they don't realize that welfare is supposed to go to their kids. And then Lisa, you come in because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing as parents. That's good. Yay! It's always the parents' fault. They are like you doubly understand that because like you see like the worst type of parenting in your job now, but you also saw the worst type of parenting for those people that don't get called on DHS when you were a teacher. So it's like parents suck in the entire spectrum. You have like across the board, parents are just like they're incorrigible. You can't deal with them. Sure. I have a couple fails. It's kind of fun. Fails of the week. uh, so first of all, if we did the podcast yesterday, my fail would have been that our hot water pipe mostly froze. Like, right? And so stupid me. I have our I got our drains like leaking and stuff so that they wouldn't freeze. But I only did the cold water drains, not thinking about hot water being a separate drain or a separate faucet, and like that's dumb because they obviously one shoots out hot water and one shoots out cold water, so the hot water gets heated and comes from a different place, and I just didn't even think about it, and so the hot water got frozen, and so I've been trying to run the hot water. It's been going through like it's just drip, like it didn't freeze all the way through. So luckily our pipes didn't burst or anything like that because ice expands and all that stuff. But it did get to like it only like drips, not really drips, but like it's just a very small stream instead of like when you full power water. It's like if I had barely turned on the water, it just kind of leaks out, and that's at full power, yeah. Um, so we've been having it run like 24/7 at full power, where it's just leaking, um, to see if we can melt some of that ice, and it's been working, but it's been so cold that it hasn't really done that much. So, but so partially that is I got lucky, but partially it's like, man. So now we don't have hot water. Yeah. Um, my second one is that we were going to do this podcast yesterday instead of Valentine's Day for obvious reasons, because Valentine's Day, but also because we're supposed to be hit with Oklahoma's supposed to be hit with a huge storm because of the polar vortex or whatever, and we don't know what's going to happen with that storm. People's electricity might be coming out, internet might be down, so we just decided to like do it early today before we hit that. But we were going to do it yesterday, but I had to schedule. So I'm going back to college to get a finance degree. We've talked about that before, but I have like 2 midterms because stupid me, unknowingly signed up for a class that's a half semester, which means that they like compress a whole semester in a half semester, which is cool because you can get stuff done faster, but it's also like super stressful because I have like 8,000 things to do a week. And if I could have made a choice, I probably wouldn't have done that again. I was like, I'll just take the full semester. Yeah, I didn't understand when I was signed up for class that that's what it was. But too late now. We're already halfway through and I'm doing okay. So, um, but so I have a midterm for that class this week. Well, I was supposed to have a midterm yesterday for it online, and I also had like they call it a midterm, but it's just an exam for like 4 chapters on another class. So it's like a quarter exam because she has like 4 of them, and so I just scheduled both of them yesterday because we had the storm today and the storm Monday, and Monday was probably the last day I was going to be able to do it, and I didn't want to trust that. So I hadn't scheduled yesterday because it was like, we might as well just do it early, and that's pretty much the only day I can guarantee that I'll be off of work and able to do those exams. And so I go up. So sometimes I record at the church because I have satellite internet in my home, and satellite internet's slow. So I went to the church to do the exams. because it's much better internet, and like it has some weird firewall thing, but it doesn't work very well, and so it doesn't really bother anything that I do. So I'm not. So it's like one of those work. I don't know why their internet has it like that, but otherwise it works perfectly fine. But sometimes it like blocks me downloading League or uploading League, just for me to do it again, and it works fine the second time. So it makes no sense how that their internet firewall works. They should just get rid of it. Just scrap it, start over, because it makes no sense. Like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know what they're trying to block because it doesn't block it. Little did I know that stupid firewall was going to stop me from being able to take this test. And so I'm on this website called ProctorU, and so basically, like, to take these exams, they have a live proctor watching you on their camera or whatever, and a microphone to hear you, make sure you don't cheat or some other stupid crap like that. And friggin' I'm over here, I'm trying to get on, and like the website's working fine, everything's working fine, nothing would suggest that this would fail in the way that it failed. And so I get through all the prompts. I do like the start session on my exam, go through all the prompts, hit the terms of service agreement, all that crap, and it goes to like they're checking my equipment, making sure I have the microphone and camera and no like third party programs up on my computer, so that way they know I'm not cheating or whatever. And it's just in a perpetual load. Like the screen's up fine, but like it cannot load to check my equipment. Like it just won't. Like it's just loading and loading and loading. It won't go through. So I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, maybe it's just one of those things that takes a while. And so I wait for a little bit. I'm like, it's 10 minutes later, and it's still no change. And I'm like, it should not take this long. And so I go over and I do the help screens and whatever, and of course it's a bot, and I'm like, I can't. This bot's not going to understand what I want or what's going on. And so I was like, talk to live rep. Luckily, that thing it worked, and so I actually got to talk to someone live, pretty quickly, and I explained to them the situation and everything else like that, and they're like, okay, let's try to do this, blah blah blah. Let me do the screen share. Whatever they were trying to do didn't work, and so they sent me to a tech, and I was able to do a screen share and everything else like this. And this tech, like, he's like, cancels that because I was on Chrome. They're like, okay, let's try a different. Let's try Internet Explorer. Different browser. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, Conan. But different browser. So they tried Internet Explorer or whatever it's called now, and that didn't work. It did the same exact thing, like what I explained earlier. The same exact thing, just perpetual loading on the equipment. All right, so they took that down. They went to Firefox. They had me download Firefox, by the way, and to try Firefox, and it didn't work on Firefox. It did the exact same thing, and they're just like kind of check in, make sure that I have all the allow, like things that allow and everything like that. And they're like, well, what kind of internet are you using? Is it a private, public, or work? And I'm like, I'm in a work internet because it's a work internet. He's like, well, whatever firewall you have on here is on that internet is like blocking the video from popping up. And I'm just like, cool. So like, there was no way I could take the exam. Like, and by this time, like, it's been like over an hour when I was supposed to take not over an hour, but it's been like 40 minutes because I was supposed to take the exam. Like, by the time I was trying to take the exam, it took like 40 minutes to do all these check stuffs. So like this exam's like 40 minutes through, and they're like, well, since we couldn't figure out the technical stuff, luckily this is the lucky part. They did let me reschedule everything, so without any cost. And so I was able to schedule. I just scheduled it to the very last day possible because I was like, well, we're done for today. I'm already frustrated for the day at least, but we'll just pray that Monday's not too bad. On one of them. Well, I rescheduled one of them for Monday because that was the last possible day I could do it, and I rescheduled the other one because of the weather. That teacher gave an extension on the exam, and so I rescheduled that one for Wednesday. And luckily, they had times that were like way after work, so I could just do, if I have to go to work that day, then I can just do it right after work at my house, or at the college. The college would be fine. Yeah, I mean they have people that live there, so they actually have housing for like teachers and stuff, and for like married students. Like most colleges do, but SWASU's marriage housing was terrible. This one they actually look like houses on this one, so but it was interesting. Yeah, it's like a shed. Oh, what's it's yeah, it's like one of those uh it's like one of those New York apartments, where they're just like real small little studio apartments or whatever. And I guess that's what it is. I guess it is a studio apartment. But we're in Oklahoma. Our standard of living is way lower than it is in New York. Get them some bigger houses. Yeah, like no one uses this because no one wants to live in this. It's like it costs the same to get this a studio apartment as it does to rent a house in Weatherford. I'm gonna rent the house. That cold is bad. That's kind of cool. Is that like less stress than the job you had before? Yeah. But at least you don't have to deal with them perpetually. You can just you get that stuff done, then you're done with them. That's annoying. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they have to do like an autopsy or whatever. Jesus. So what do you do with the other kids at that time? Like, were the other kids unsafe? I guess you can't tell me how the kid died because that sounds odd. Yeah. Confidentiality. Yeah. So, question. So, I mean, you only skirted around what your case was, but if any time a kid dies, do you guys get called? Like, no matter what happened? Right, right. Oh, okay. You guys only deal with the most serious of stuff, the worst of the criminals and offenders, the most negligent of parents. Conan Jones, DHS, CPS, Special Victims Unit. Ba-bum. That's why they can't make a TV show about DHS because it's just boring talking to people and hoping they'd be better. You know, like you don't carry no gun. You don't do no. But I mean, you're basically doing all. It's basically you're a detective. Yeah, without the cool parts. Yep. All right, police, we're removing these kids. These parents suck. Parents, you suck. These are the reasons you suck. All right. let me let me point this out to you, and then we'll get you somewhere where you can hopefully fix those problems. But I know you won't because you're lazy. Dumb. Oh Lord. And audience, that is an exaggeration. A lot of those parents really, really do try. They're a lot of the times they just have like. So the problem with DHS is like a lot of times we get calls and you find out that those parents were abused when they were kids and they just don't know better. Yeah, like, and I guarantee that's like 90% of the time. Like they just like they were in terrible situations as a child themselves. And it's just kind of like, well, we'll do our best. But when you become an adult, your brain's fully developed and it's really hard to break habits. Yep, 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 yep. It is cold. Man, I went to go, so like one of my tires was low and my tire gauge went on and it won't turn off. So that's annoying. That's a different story. But I went to go, this was Friday and it was like 10 degrees outside on Friday with like a wind chill of like 7 or something. So it felt like 3 or something like that, you know? And I needed to get gas and I needed to put air in my tire. And so I went to do that and I was maybe standing outside for like 10 minutes at most, you know, just trying to do this like air thing. If I didn't have gloves on and like my hands were so cold, like it was one of those where like your hands start to stiff up when it's so cold. You're like, oh, I can't do this. Yeah, that's how cold it is, man. And I wasn't even outside for very long, so it's pain. Yeah, and if you have any frost on your window, all the dirt that's in the frost and all that crap. Oh crap, that is rough, man. All these minor inconveniences. Right. We have cars. We have to take care of them. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Oh, right. It's probably not going to be okay today. After today and tomorrow, man. Right. It does. It is nice that since I work for a school, I get snow days off as well. Yep. So that's nice. You're on call this week. Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. But, yeah, I'll say prayer. Yeah, that's not pleasant, man. Yep. So are you on call today or just tomorrow? Okay. Well, at least you get the. So you have to do like on call one day every week or something. Oh, well, that's not bad. That's not bad. When I did on call, we did a whole week and a weekend, and that was every 2 to 3 months. Like, well, yeah, but I mean, the supervisors don't have to do all the legwork. They just have to like, well, yeah, they have to answer a phone to you and then like kind of confirm what's going on, and if you need help, they'll tell you what to do. You know? Yeah. Yep. 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 Hopefully, with most people being inside, they probably won't. You probably won't get very many calls, unless. Do you have to get? Do you get calls from shelters and stuff? Uh, well, your on call was different, obviously, than permanency planning on call. So I doubt it. I think you'd probably be fine. Because like if unless like some kid gets beaten up at a shelter, then you probably won't get called. Yeah. Yeah, let's move away from the heavy topics real quick. Yeah, it really is. I mean, COVID kind of ruined all of last year. Now we're getting the vaccines out, so hopefully some games come up. Um, I don't know. We can talk about movies. I've been watching WandaVision. Yeah, yeah, dude. So there's a game that I used to play called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on mobile, and the game was actually really good. But it was just classic RPG and everything else like that. And it was really grindy to get characters and everything. But they had these. I mean, the game's still out too, and I know that they built more stuff, but I got rid of it like years ago. So my whole account's probably way behind from anybody that's actually good at the game. But um, they have these crystals or whatever that you can buy to get like character packs, or if there's a what they call marquee characters, which is pretty much like you buy them. Is pretty much what those marquee characters are until they become free to play. And by free to play, I mean is you can get so many tokens and unlock a character by like playing a stage over and over and over again. And then you can get like up to, because you can play these stages up like 5 times a piece. And there's a percentage chance that you can get a token, and you need like 60 tokens before you can unlock the character, and then you need like another 80 tokens before you can upgrade their star or something like that, you know. Yeah, that doesn't sound like awful, except for the, I mean, the weekly subscription still sounds weird. No, you're fine. Yeah, weekly subscriptions, maybe a monthly one, because I know that on my game you can get like a monthly thing where like you get something every week if you buy it. Yeah, well, you get like shards or these crystals. I think they're called shards or whatever. Um, you get like shards and like credits and whatever, because it's all Star Wars, you know. So you get shards and credits like every day for the whole month or something like that. And it's like $30 for the month or something. But I was gonna say like the price the crystal packs can go anywhere from like $5 to like 150. You know, and you know those people buy the 150 packs, man. And I'm just like, like like you bought like 2 full games in one in a mobile game just now. I mean, it's their money. They're hopefully adults and not some thieving little kid, you know. But so they can spend it however they want. But I mean, it's just the deal with mobile games is like it is a type of like risk reward, because I know a lot of these games like they're like gotcha games or whatever where you like roll to get a character that you want or something like that. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But that's essentially gambling is what it is. And people love that stuff. And so they spend a lot of money trying to get the characters that they want and to upgrade them to the max levels that they want. My brother, he's a big anime fan, and one really big gotcha game like that is called Fate Grand Order, and he's all about that game. And well, I say he's mostly free to play, but that's not true. He spends money on that game. But I mean, he really enjoys that game. It's what he does on in his free time. He plays that game. He levels up his characters. He makes his team the strongest he can get it. Um, uh, but that's what he has money for, and that's what he likes to use his money on, and that's cool. My deal is if you're gambling, like with anything, never gamble what you're not willing to lose. You know, it's just like with the stock market. I mean, it's all pretty much gambling. You're putting your money in. Uh, if you want to take it at a full like, if you want to disassociate yourself with it and just take it as a full finance thing, you're making an investment, and the investment may or may not turn out. You know, So don't invest anything that you're not willing to lose. Oh, I didn't know that he did that. Oh yeah. I mean, and though they make it addicting, like because the rewards are fun. Like, if you notice, like you go to a casino because that's what most everybody is familiar with, like a casino. You go in, there's all these lights and sounds. Some casinos even pump their air vents with like pure oxygen, so you're more awake. Oh yeah, I don't know if you knew that one, but that's crazy. um, and so like they keep you awake. They have all these fun, loud noises and lights. And if you're with friends, you're having a good time. And if you make some money, then you're also having a good time. And so it can be very addictive to some people. Oh, yeah, moderation. Just be smart about it. Like the people that get addicted become like they need to win, kind of a deal. But yeah, like casinos, the only way to be smart gambling is if you're not gambling more than you're willing to lose, and you're having fun doing it. Like, if you're not having fun, then get out of there because there's no point. You know, it's supposed to be like, like the casino's there to make money, and they're going to make money whether you win or lose. If not from you, then from somebody else. But mostly from you. Like, oh yeah, and like that's another thing. You like win, and you're like, oh man, I won $300. I wonder if I could win more. You can't win more. Like I went to the Hard Rock Casino with a few friends. I want to say like it was during COVID. It was last year, but I want to say it was like yeah. I want to say like October maybe. It's been a few months, uh, but like we were having a good time and I was winning. And I never win at a casino. Like, I never win at a casino. Let me stress that enough. Never win. I do not win when I gamble. Gambling is not a thing that I enjoy because I always lose. But I'm over here. I'm like, yeah, I could spend $20 and just like goof around a little bit and see what happens. And I was having a good time and I was winning and everything else like that. But like my friend, he's just like, it's like you're gonna want to keep playing more after you win. So just play down to like a number and then stop if you don't win anything more. So it's like I would win $100. So I'm like, okay, let's play down to like 70. Like I came in with $20. I'm still making a $50 profit if I leave with 70. And so we would do that. You know. Yeah, it takes a certain amount of discipline if you're going to gamble and not burn everything. Yeah, those are so much fun. Yeah, they stopped doing that because we did that and they were losing money. I don't know. I didn't go out every time. I went maybe once or twice. No, that was like my freshman year, maybe sophomore. Because I went as a sophomore. But I know as a freshman, I had like my friends, and I didn't really branch out from it. Eh. I had more friends with the music department. It was an obligation due to my birth. I was raised a Methodist, obligated to be a Methodist. I was also like 18 and never been away from home before, so and it just became convenient to live there because it was free. I Yeah, I really should have left like 2 years earlier than I did, though. Yeah, I was just being lazy, as per usual. Be lazy enough till I ruin it. You know, not really. I've been so busy with schoolwork and actual work and reading when I have free time because I've just been enjoying reading. I've been a bad gamer, like 100%. Huh? Oh, just the same stuff, like I was saying last week. No, I did a new. What was it? Uh, so like I have like 3 or 4 series that I really really enjoy. Um, that are just like good books to me, at least, even in this genre. Um, and so like when a new book of those series comes out, like I jump on that real hardcore. And a new book of one of the series that I really like came out this week, and I finished it in like 2 days. So so I've been doing that one. That was really good. Um, I would say that I think if you ever want to read that lit RPG genre or progression fantasy or whatever you want to call it, there's a whole bunch of names because it depends on what trope you're doing. Like Japanese, you call them isekais, and that's if like a person gets reborn in the game type like world or another world or whatever. They call those isekais. Progression fantasies are like it's almost like a coming of age story kind of deal, but uh, but basically it's like the main character or sets of characters gets progressively stronger throughout the series or whatever. Um, and like you can do that in several ways, and a lot of people like the way where like the game like the book has game mechanics where like you like legit just level up and everything. I am a big fan of like kung fu movies, and so I really like the cultivation genre, which it's started in China, and they call them wuxia novels or wuxi or um, there's another word for them, but basically it's like a like you get the power from the universe or whatever, and you make yourself stronger with the power of the universe or whatever, like that. The spirit bomb and everything. Well, you would actually shows like that do a lot of it. It's or similar tropes and everything like that. But for whatever reason, I just really like them because they're just like I don't know. It's about like working hard and they don't the good ones at least aren't written badly and everything else like that. And everything's like they have limits and stuff like that, and they want to like get stronger and break those limits, kind of like Goku does and DBZ and everything. And a really good one of those series is sorry, I coughed. Um, but a really good one of those series that I really like is called Cradle. Um, and the first book is called Unsold, and it's made by what's his name? Who's the author's name? Oh, I can't think of the author's name now, but it's probably my favorite out of the genre is that series. Um, he has 8 books out in that series right now, and like the first book is the weakest actually, but it gets better as it's so good. Like the characters are really good. I really like the main character. Um, like he doesn't like just come out of his like he doesn't get power just like randomly out of nowhere. Like he like there are established methods to gain power, and he just does those methods like he just works really really hard, to get more powerful, and he has reasons to get more powerful. It's not just like I want power just to be powerful and everything else like that. He has established reasons to be more powerful. He's a good character and everything like that. And there's some really good side characters and stuff. And I love that series. But so like finding well written stuff like that, I've maybe found like 3 or 4 that are similar. That one's my favorite, but there's like two or three others that I really like, and one of the others came out this week, and it was a really good addition. I was really happy. They, to be fair, these are like real easy reads. They're not like the ones that I think are really good are more akin to like the thick fantasy novels and everything else that like not Tolkien, but I mean I guess like Tolkien, but like Game of Thrones and everything like that. They they're not nearly as wordy or as hard to understand as some of those are. But so these are like real pretty easy, fast reads and everything. Um, Sometimes I find them boring. Like I know that there's one series that it's called Life Reset, and like the reviews for it are like really really good, and like a whole lot of people like this series, like way more than you would think. Like it's one of those like it has like 600 reviews on Amazon or whatever, and so like 10,000 people have read this book and it's a bestseller and all this stuff. And like the reviews are kind of consistent throughout the whole series. And like the first book was good because I was like, oh, the reviews are great. I'm gonna try this book. And like the first book was good. I enjoyed the first book. And then like I tried to get through the second book, and like I even pushed halfway through, but the book is long. Like it's like 500 pages long. And and I just found it really boring. Like I was like, I'm just not into this one. And so maybe that's just a bad book in the series or whatever. But like I don't know. I'll maybe finish that book sometime. But I've been kind of like I'll read a little bit of it. I'm like, nope, still boring. I'm just gonna go somewhere else. Yeah. Oh, I did play Earth. I played it yesterday since I was frustrated because I couldn't do my exams. So I went between Earth and homework. So just couldn't do it in between the two. Right, like the Minecraft type of thing, but not Minecraft because Minecraft is kind of too much like a kiddie thing. Yeah, like you're a contractor and you're just building stuff. Yeah, you know what's one of my favorite games? The city builder games. Like you were talking about Frostpunk a while ago. This was last year, I think. And I really like games like that. Like you just like build your own city. What I get frustrated on though is like I never build it the right way that I wanted it to build in my head. Like I always mess up the I want to make it more symmetrical than it is, and I always mess that up. Like like I get like halfway through, I'm like, man, I messed this up. I didn't zone enough for my civilians, or something like that. Okay. Well, we never did the Would You Rather from last week. I don't even remember, but I was like kind of wanting to do that one. Oh. Why would metal and wood be different elements? Uh, yeah. Just like fire, air, earth, and water. Because like you would think that like kind of wood. Well, I don't know. Like nature, I guess, could be its own thing because it's a form of life. But like metal would definitely be earth, right? Well, I guess like if we go Avatar rules, then water controls nature because of the water in the plants and everything, and earth controls metal. So there you go. Oh, I love Avatar: Last Airbender, but I have the whole season or series on DVD because I found it like well, when I was working at Best Buy, we always got discounts that we can buy things at like 10% above cost or something, which not a terrible deal. I mean, so they still make profit, but I get things a little bit cheaper. And they were selling Avatar, and I got it for like way cheaper than I would normally. So I bought the whole series, and I watched the whole series, and I love the whole series. It's so good. Well, okay, so it's like with any other TV show, give it about like 3 or 4 episodes, because like pilots are always like the worst episode, and sometimes like a series could be good, but like the whole first season is its weakest, because like the writers need like a whole season before it can like really before they find their niche. Right. Avatar doesn't need a whole season, but I think the first like 2 episodes are like its weakest. The first one definitely, and it's a pilot. They're trying to introduce everybody, um, but it gets much better. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I, it's kind of a cartoon, I guess, because it's made in America, um, but it has that. My deal with like, yeah, like the animation's way better. It has kind of more anime feel. Well, I hate saying that because like the reason I like cartoons, I hate American cartoons. And not because I think the writing's bad in American cartoons. I've seen some American cartoons where I'm like, oh, this writing's pretty good. This actually has a plot. Like, I know everyone likes, okay, I say everyone, the people that are like really weird or whatever, and I would say weird, but like, that are really into that genre of like cartoons and everything like that, more so than I am. A lot more so than I am because I'm actually not like that into it. But like they like things like Steven Universe and like Adventure Time. Um, there's a couple other ones that have like a little cult following, and I've seen those, and I can definitely see the appeal of it because the writing's not bad. But I hate American cartooning because like they just like to make things so ugly. Like, and that's kind of what draws me to anime is because like they actually like make people look like people for the most part. And like you don't have this like weird block person or just like Ren and Stimpy. Like it's funny, but it's ugly. Is it not? Yeah. Or SpongeBob. Like SpongeBob can be funny, but it's ugly. Like 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 they're just it's just ugly cartooning. And I don't care for American cartooning because it's ugly. And to be fair, it is like it's an artistic thing. Like some people like to do it because it's artistic and that's what they're trying to do. Like Ed and Eddie, I guess. Like the they're just it's ugly cartooning, but like it was meant to do in a comic. It was supposed to be like that because it's supposed to be comical. And like I can get past it to some extent, but it's also just like I don't enjoy it more because of it. I just don't like that artistry. Yeah, I guess I'm being like a snob. I guess I feel like I'm being a snob. Yeah, but he can control all of them because he's the Avatar, not because he's the Airbender. Oh, that's fair. You would like to fly? They actually do that in the show. Like it's not. It's like you can do it if you're like really powerful. Not everyone can do it in the show, but it's more just like floating or like they'll give themselves like a little boost, like an extra, like a double jump kind of deal. Right. Actually, the airbenders can't really fly either. He has a glider that he uses air to glide him upwards. And yeah, just like a flying car. That'd be great. I don't know. For me, it's a hard it's like a flip of a coin between I would choose water or earth. Uh, like I just think like it depends. Like maybe if like I could choose water, if I would choose water if I could like make water out of nothing. Um, because I think like if I could only like control water, I guess then I have to find a source of water or have a source of water or something like that. And I can see where that can be kind of inconvenient. But I overall, I think water is like I think controlling water would be really cool. Um, but also I think controlling Earth would be really really cool. Oh, maybe you know what? I'm actually leaning towards Earth because I'm thinking of all the like the practical applications I could do with like controlling Earth. Like I could make a house out of nothing. Right there, ready to go. Yeah, dude. Earth controlling Earth would be awesome. I don't really care about flying. Like I don't mind flying a plane or whatever like that, but I definitely don't want to fly in the air like you would, like you were explaining if you can control air. Yeah, man. Oh no, like the show. All right, all right. The would you rather question, we can separate it from the Avatar show because the Avatar show, like they have like limits on what they can do to an extent, and like everything else. Would you rather? I guess we can. I don't know. Do we want to make it a rule where it's like more like magic, like you can just like instead of like controlling that element, you can like summon that element kind of deal and do whatever you want with it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what I do. Either way, I would choose Earth. I think Earth would be better. No, you're good. You're good. I just think I could do so many cool things with Earth. You know, honestly, I think fire is probably the least applicable. Like air, I can imagine doing a lot of things with air. Like you could like even go underwater and just have a little air bubble, you know. But like fire, it's like yeah. I mean, like right, right. I mean, we control the elements as much as we can with technology, you know. But like, just like summoning fire, like what are you gonna able? What are you gonna be able to do with that? Heat stuff up. I mean, like I guess you can hurt somebody with it, but you can hurt other people, the people with like other things, and I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't really want to hurt anybody, you know. And even if you did, like Earth would be much easier to do stuff with. Like if I'm trying to get into a bank vault, man, you just like tunnel in. Not really. Like that's just like uh that'll be fun though. Woo! That's a good question. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, you weren't using the diaper to its full advantage. Oh, good. You could have burned my butthole. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, you should have had a bidet. Would have helped everything out so much better. And now it's too late. No, it's never too late to get a bidet. Get a bidet now. Go online, go to Amazon, buy yourself a bidet. I do not, but I've used one. They're nice. Yeah, sorry, I'm a hypocrite. I know. Hypocrite. I guess just like kind of being off work. I know I just started. I actually like my job, but I mean, not having more time to do my homework and not have to really deal with anything is always nice. I wouldn't say like it's a super win or anything like that because honestly, like I would have been happy either way. But you know, it's cool. Oh, also, I guess it's been a full month since I've had pop, which is the longest I've been in a while. So I'm proud of myself. I know. I'm proud. It's been like because I stopped January 12th, and it's been a whole month. Man, my brother, I guess, likes to torture me or something because he bought like 2 liters of Dr. Pepper just randomly. I never asked him to or anything like that, but now they're on the table. I'm just like, Dr. Pepper sounds kind of good. But I've I have been disciplined. I have learned. My discipline has built. The first week was the hardest. Actually, I think it was more like the first 2 days or whatever. But I mean, good. No soda. I've reduced my sugar consumption immensely by taking away soda. No, I can't think of anything. Alrighty. Yay. Oh, do you have like a? Does it like add memory to the computer, or do you just like delete it after you've uploaded it? Well, it's archived on the websites, aren't they? Isn't it? You could, if you're just hesitant to well, if you're hesitant to delete them, you can just you can upload them onto like a USB or something, and then delete them from the computer. I mean, like USBs are like getting way cheaper now. You can get like a whole like you can get huge ones for nothing. No, you're good. I was just thinking about it when you were talking. I was like, I didn't realize that you were keeping them all on your computer. That's the way to spend your tax return. That's for sure. That's fair. She never got. You were married and she didn't have an engagement ring. You said your wife. Oh, that was. Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't remember the timeline on that. I didn't realize you had already started teaching before you guys got engaged. I knew that, but whatever. Do the thing. Follow us, like us. You know, share share with your friends. Let them know that this is a podcast that talks about all the things. All the things. Yeah, we will. little small shade. That's also what we get in this podcast. Passive aggressiveness. Yeah. Bye.